wonderful people. Happy Sunday. Yeah, if you can all let me know again what you've been up to with your week, what you've created, that's been awesome. And as usual, I start talking and Mia thinks it's all about her. So here's Mia. Yeah, if you let me all know what you've created this week, if you've had a wonderful week, I hope you all have. Now, while we're just waiting for people to get in, rather than me just sit here and say, waiting for people to get in, I'm just going to self-indulgently take you through all my photos because this week we had summer in Scotland and that never happens. So I just want to quickly share some of my pictures with you. Like I say, just because it's been so wonderful a week. So yeah, this place we've got here. Oh, Sharon's here already. Hi there. Good to see you, Sharon. I hope your week's been good. So this location is what we call the car park in the sky. It's an area overlooking basically the whole valley of Glasgow. You can see Wendy's not getting visual. I hang on, let's check. Seem to have visual on my end. Sharon, is the visual okay with you? Can everyone let me know if the visuals are fine? I don't know what that's about. Oh, Sharon's visiting a friend in the hospital. Well, that's far more important. I hope they're okay. That's not good. But yeah, good to see you anyway. Oh, Wendy's got visual. Awesome. Worried about that. I'm always, all this new technology, I'm never sure if I'm getting it right. Yeah, so this is the car park in the sky. It's the hills up behind the Glasgow, like Glasgow's in a valley. So we've got hills, you can see the other side are the Campsies, and this is the Glenifer Braes. And I just had this idea in my mind how I wanted a picture. And see, when you're your own photographer, it's really difficult to capture that picture. Thanks, Sharon. You can see and hear me fine. Awesome. It's really difficult to capture the picture that's in your head if it involves you and dogs. So we had a whole lot of fun trying to get this shot. It involved snacks, as I'm sure you can understand. But yeah, totally happy with that. And this is actually, I have a plan, a cunning plan potentially for another YouTube channel. I'm definitely not giving up on this one, but I thought about mixing up some of the beautiful Scottish scenery I have around me with training the dogs. So dog training outdoors, like keep fit exercises for dogs, especially as they're getting a bit older, because my two are getting a bit older, so I've got a lot of conditioning exercises, and I just wondered if that would be things that people would be liking to see. Although in Scotland it's going to be really tricky to film because we don't get many days like that. Hi Meg, and thank you guys. Yeah, that I was pretty pleased how that turned out. We'll just pop through a few more because I want to make sure that everybody that's going to be here is here before we start on looking at Megan's Etsy shop. I'm forgetting words already. I've only been going 5 minutes because say we've got a fantastic one today. We're looking at Megan's Etsy shop, and I just want to really see what help we can give her because it is, I think, a really awesome shop. So I want as many people on who know about SEO and stuff, and we can all pick each other's brains. Yep, so just quickly, self-indulgently picking through some of my photos of what I was doing. This was, see when the royal wedding was on, did anyone watch the royal wedding? I took the opportunity of when there weren't many people about just to go out and take pictures and walk the dogs because it was so quiet. I think in a 2-hour walk I saw 3 people. Love that. Again, yeah, that's more the view. It's really hard to capture these kind of things on camera. Like I say, we're right up in the hills with the valley is there, and then that's the next lot of hills. Sharon would love to see more of the countryside. I think I'm really going to try my best. It's not easy vlogging outside. I'm learning. It's not easy, but I'm working on it, and I think I'll manage to get something reasonable. And yes, there's Mia showing off and posing as she is really good at. I think she was like in some kind of 80s band in her past life, because you stick a camera on her and she always gazes wistfully off into the distance and it makes for really good pictures. She won't look at me very often, but she'll gaze off and look really interesting. And my boy Ben, who is always looking at me basically. He's having a sleep now down the other end of the sofa. I think I tired them out yesterday, so we've just been having short walks today. And the pair of them, again, you can see down into the valley. It's really cool. It's like most people I know live in the sweep of what you can see from the top of the hills. And the dogs again. Wendy loves her. Mia, yeah, she's such a wee poser. I do love her. She's a bit crazy. A lot crazy, but I love her. And then wee Ben doing his posing. And again, Ben doing some posing. It was super hot for them yesterday, so I had to duck into the shade quite a lot, and we were down in the riverbank quite a lot. And that's more of the view. As I say, it's just such a stunning location, and it's something you can't capture on camera. I mean, that almost looks like it's straight, but there's a massive valley in between there. Gives you a bit more of an idea looking down. Wendy, that's her job to be crazy. You're so right. It is Mia's job to be crazy, and she does it fantastically. She works overtime. She's giving me such evils down here. It's like, how dare you talk about me like this? And I think that's the last one for just now. As you can see, getting them into the shade, and just under the bridge there was a bit of a river that we could all splash around in, because of course if you do have dogs, when you're out, when the weather suddenly gets nice out of nowhere, they are running about in a fur coat. So I hate to see everyone goes out for like family picnics and sit in the middle of a field with their poor dog sitting there like gasping for breath because it's so hot. Go into the woods, go into the river, go to the beach, and the dogs will have much more fun. Thanks, Sharon. And yet, Wendy, she's an overachiever. Right, so I think that'll do on my self-indulgences looking at the photos, but I just thought that was a nice little extra, as some of them came out pretty cool. Before we get on to Megan's shop, I just want to, for all of you with Etsy stores, thank you, thank you, Wendy. All of you with Etsy stores, if you're selling in the European Union, there's been changes in the privacy policy, which nobody seems to understand just now. Well, none of us sellers, obviously, hopefully Etsy does understand. Hi, Magdalena, wonderful to see you. So the privacy policy just means that there's a new section in your shop to fill out with privacy things, and it's just basically talking about what you're going to do with people's data. And pretty much I don't store their data or anything. I mean, it makes sense. It's saying things like you're not allowed to add someone to a mailing list without them explicitly consenting to it, which totally makes sense. You can't just farm people's emails, everyone that contacts you or buys from you, and just stick them on your mailing list. They have to specifically opt in, and they have to be able to opt out easily. So it'll make it more lovely for all of us that we don't get tons of spam. But it means we have to add a little privacy policy to our shop policies, and nobody seems to understand really what we've got to add. So Etsy wrote a kind of example one. So if you guys have shops and you haven't done it yet, if you just go to this bit, that's a horribly big link, but you get the hang of it. If you just go to this link, they have, if you scroll down, they have an example policy, if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. An example privacy policy, and basically all you do is cut and paste the bits out of it and just change to your own details. That's the easiest thing, just to make sure that you're all right. So if you have a shop, make sure and jump on that. All right, but let's get on to Megan. And what I want to do here, what I'm planning to do, aren't they just gorgeous? What I'm planning to do, I thought I was getting really behind in doing everyone's shop reviews because I'm spending a lot of time sort of doing everything beforehand, but I thought we could do it all live, and in the bits when like Etsy rank when Etsy Rank's loading and stuff, then we can have more chatting, and so it'll all work out cool, and you guys can hopefully help me with some keyword ideas. And this way it means that I can totally do more shop reviews, get ahead, because I am quite a bit behind with all of them. I can do more shop reviews, and it's not going to take me like hours the day before sorting all that out. We can do it live, and hopefully you guys can get a look into what's going on in my brain. But Megan Pugh art, if you haven't seen it already, there's a link in the description in this video, but I'll put it here as well. So you guys want to get over and see her. I think she has some lovely, beautiful work, and no sales yet, so we really want to work on that. I reckon with just a little bit of tweaking, we should hopefully get her some sales in. So first look, I always do first look at the shop. So first of all, there's no shop banner, but I don't think you actually need one. I think it just looks lovely and clean as it is, and the picture there is great. Possibly, I'm guilty of this myself, but shop owner, it would possibly be better to have some kind of picture of you. If you're not happy to put your face up, which I know a lot of people aren't, possibly like the back of your head painting, illustrating your pictures, just something a bit more personal would be lovely, because people like to connect with an actual person rather than see more of your work, even though your work is absolutely stunning. So yeah, when you click on it, it does look beautiful. Again, there's no featured listings, but I don't think it's not desperately necessary. You could add featured listings. What I find they're handy for is if you have items that are getting a lot of views, a lot of love, a lot of sales, you could put them to your featured listings, so it's likely to drive more and more traffic. Every time someone clicks on your shop, they see what's the most kind of popular things, and that's more likely to get a click. Although I think everything's gorgeous here already. Yeah, so before we get into the SEO, just a wee look. And if there's anything anyone wants a close-up look at, just give me a yell and we'll have a close-up look. But I think these are really stunning. Yeah, what we've got: lyrebird, parrot, Australian wood duck, Regent honey eater. I haven't heard of half of these. They're really cool. A swamp hen, a black cockatoo, brush turkey, stone curlew. Hi cricket, really good to see you here. A powerful owl illustration. A powerful owl. I've never heard of a powerful owl. That sounds really cool. Excuse me a moment. Okay, Sharon, thanks for dropping by. I hope your friend's okay, but great to see you even for a little while. We'll talk later, no doubt anyway. Striated grass wren, a wandering albatross, and a paradise parrot. That's awesome. Yeah, they are all really lovely, and all very much, you can see it's all your style, and obviously they're all on Cricket's hangout in listening mode. That's cool. It's good to see you here. Yeah, I love these. Have all got your style. You can tell it's your work. Just simple, the beautiful picture against a white background. I think that's gorgeous. And Magdalena's asking, are these done on watercolour? Part of a project she did in college, wild birds in Australia and their conservation species. Many of these are endangered. Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice to see. Yeah, I love it. I did for a little while. I was trying to felt like Scottish wildlife, because you forget that what's native to you is exotic to everywhere else, really. And I looked into the Scottish wildcat, and I really love that. I love the creature. It's one of the few animals on the planet that can't be domesticated. They're always wild, even if you get some kits, cubs, babies. If you've got some babies and hand reared them, they'll still never be tame, which I think is awesome for Scotland's sort of national animal. Well, our national animal's the unicorn, which says even more. But you know, one of our native breeds is one of the wildest animals out there. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's really, really great to do local stuff, and especially bringing attention to endangered species, although it might be difficult to rank for. Colour pencil, yeah, they're fantastic. It's beautiful in its own style. So yeah, keep doing the keep doing the pencil. That is absolutely lovely. Right, so you only have 3, 6, 9 items in the shop, which I'm gonna say straight off, and I know it's difficult, but the more items is always better. It gives you more chance to get seen. I know it's difficult, and I know these will take ages to do, but just try adding them when you can. The other thing I thought of, right, is these are prints anyway. There's ways that you can add more things into your shop. You might not like the idea, you might like the idea. I know some art's a funny thing. Sometimes you don't want to kind of dilute it and make it seem less artistic. But when I first looked at this, and I thought one thing that you could do that would get your shop sort of bulked out more, give you more chance of sales, and a different line, was to think about stores like, I think it's Printerly that Etsy has a connection with. So you can set it up so like they print on mugs and t-shirts and all sorts of things, and basically it's set up, it's linked to your shop, so the listing appears in your shop, but when someone buys it, that just goes straight to the company and they print it out and send it and everything, so you get your cut of the money. So it's a way to bulk out your shop, and there's absolutely no work by you. I don't know if you're doing that with the prints or if you physically print them and ship them, but it just makes life so easy. And I think these would make beautiful mugs. You could even have printed on the back of it or something a little bit, just a little line about their endangered status, their conservation status, and that would be pretty cool. I mean, I think they would make kind of beautiful mugs. I don't know how they would work as t-shirts and things, but I know I've got an artist friend here. He after ages of trying to think of ideas and things and really putting it off, he just wanted to sell his art. But he started doing fridge magnets and drink coasters and things. Packing and post. Yeah, you're making them yourself at the moment. Yeah, so there are companies and they'll do it for prints as well. I haven't done it myself, but it's definitely worth looking into. I'm sure it's Printerly. I'll find out and I'll drop you a link when I find the thing. And just literally, it means you put up the listing, you tweak the listing and everything, but it's integrated into your shop, so you just get the cut of the money and they deal with it all themselves. And that means like you could immediately double the range of your shop if you added mugs. I think they would make lovely fridge magnets as well. People still collect, we'll still have fridges, so that would be cool. But yeah, so that was my first idea there, just randomly looking at the shop. Okay, so and then yeah, you've got your Instagram and Facebook linked, which is awesome. Definitely need to fill in policies and about section. You can just use the Etsy just has a standard policy. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but excuse me. Etsy just has a standard policy type thing that you can just use if you go in your dashboard. If you just click on just edit shop, I think it is, click on the policies, and it gives you the option just to use their standard policy, and that just fills things out, or you can fill in the sections yourself. It's just real basic basic things like do you accept returns and stuff like that. Your payment methods up there. I would also add about, I mean, definitely you've just told me, you've just told us there about them being endangered Australian wildlife, and you could put in things about how that was your project, and that people love to read all that. I get so many messages with people just talking about what I've put in my about section in my profile, and I won't lie, sometimes I have to go back and read what I read because it's been up there for quite a while, but it's really cool. People just really like to know about you. Excuse me. Right, so let's try and see if we can SEO this. As I say, some of this might be difficult because they're not so well known creatures. Well, what's one that might? Paradise parrot. I think that's not an unknown breed. Let's have a search for a paradise parrot. Just to see how popular it is. Okay, so that's mainly shirts. Let's have a look for print. Absolutely nothing there. Okay, so that's not a search. Okay, so Paradise Parrot art exists. Megan, I'm glad at least I'm able to help a wee bit. It's always stressful when I see these, especially shops I look at and I go, I really want to be able to help this person, and I'm not sure if I can. So I'm glad I'm getting some ideas that help. So certainly Paradise Parrot art is a search term, but let's see how big a search term it is. So if you haven't if you guys haven't had a look, Etsy Rank is the best tool for this kind of thing. So let's have a look first of all. This is the keyword tool on Etsy Rank. As I say, sometimes they take a wee minute to load up because it's digging a lot into Etsy data here. So this is why I usually do this beforehand and then come to you, but we can sit and chat while it's doing it. Right, so when we search for Paradise Parrot art, a Paper Crane Wishes, hi there, how are you doing? Good to see you. So Paradise Parrot art is coming up with very low competition, and that gets a green because it means it's going to be really easy to rank for, but unfortunately it's very low demand and it's very low engagement, so not many people are searching for it, and when they do they're not really buying it all that often, so that's pretty tough. But there's 251 listings for Paradise Parrot art, so we can rank for that at least, and that gives you a start for things to rank for. It's much better to be on the front page of a tiny term than be on page 50 of a massive term at least. But let's have a look. Other this little keyword things talking about parrots. Parrot art print, that might be relevant. Let's see if that's a good tag. So you just need to get ideas for different keywords as well. We want something that there is at least some kind of audience for, but that you can rank for. So just having a look at that. And if anyone on here can think of ideas for other tags. Okay, so Parrot art print is medium competition. There's a lot more listings, but still low demand and low engagement. It's parrot wall art, that sounds good. It's just trying to find terms that are still good that you can rank for. And I will just pop in the link. If any of you are on Etsy and haven't used this, you totally need to use this. So parrot wool art is a slightly better term. We've got more competition, but there's a little bit of demand for that. So that's possibly one to aim for, because certainly you could probably rank for that. Let's just check that you're not already ranking for it. Palette. Oh, I so can't speak. This is annoying. Just gonna copy your shop name over. And you're in Australia, so we'll search Australia. Shop location Australia. So all this is doing is it's digging through and having a look and seeing if your listing comes up for that term at all. So no, at the minute you're not showing up on any of these pages, which is good. It means you're not getting views and sales because you're not showing up, basically, and all we have to do is get you to show up. I say that like it's the easiest thing in the world, but you know, it's a start. So if we say we're aiming for parrot wool art on this little guy, because I don't, well, we'll see something. Might as well while we're here. Let's just see if this is a term. Yeah, the Paradise Parrot illustration print is such a low demand that it's not showing up as anything, unfortunately. And Megan, you've not set it up wrong at all. You described exactly what it is. You've done actually really well in that you're not all spammy with 200 different things like most people are. It's just difficult to compete for, because obviously these are rare breeds. It probably wouldn't hurt if you can also do some more popular birds as well, but I think these are lovely. And okay, parrot illustration is coming up. Well, it's still very low engagement, but parrot illustration might be a popular, might be a decent term. So I'm just getting a pencil and paper just so I can remember some of these things. So we've said parrot illustration. Yeah, Wendy could be printed on a tile or a sticky vinyl. That's an awesome idea as well. I think there are companies that do that too. That would be a lovely wall decor, wouldn't it? And yeah, good thinking again, Wendy. See, loving it. As it's conservation, yeah, offering to give a percent to the conservation is a great thing, and that's something you can add in the comments of your listing where it's going to. You can add links to the conservation pages, and yeah, people do love to engage in a thing. You know, if you're buying something for a gift for somebody, they do really like to get to feel they're giving more, they're giving some help, or you know, there's a story behind it. It's not just a picture. So I think that's awesome. What was the other term I looked for? Parrot wall art. Right, so let's, wrong button. Yeah, so instead of Paradise Parrot illustration print, I think probably the title might be better being Paradise Parrot wall art. Hi there, Susan. How are you doing? Yeah, so Paradise Parrot wall art would possibly be a good title. But like I said, I don't hate what you've done with your titles there. That is so It's so good that you've just straight into the point. There's not lots of word vomit going on there. It just says what it is, but we just have to look at different ways to say it. So we're going for the parrot wool art as a term because not many people are searching for paradise parrot, but it means you're going to show up for both of these tags. We'll get there in a minute. Yeah, so you've got a little bit saying it was created as part of wildlife conservation. You could also add into the description, just give us a little bit about the paradise parrot, because I know nothing about it. It looks gorgeous and your picture does look beautiful. Hi Susan. Yeah, if you listen along to what we're doing just now, we'll try, because these kind of things apply for everybody. But also, if you want, I have a link in the description to this video. Should be a link to Pam Duthie's Felting Friends on Facebook. There's a thread in there that you can put up if you want me to look at your shop, like we're doing for Meg just now. And I'll do that. And also, everyone there is really helpful if you want to ask specific questions. We can help you out. Cricket. Yeah, word vomit. You totally know what I mean though. It's like if you go onto like a Wish website or something and you're looking for a t-shirt and it's t-shirt, baby t-shirt, blue t-shirt, and it's just bleh, and it just makes you think of something cheap, and it's actually really terrible for SEO as well. Yeah, so what you want to do, so you do have in your description, you want to contain the tags that you're wanting to rank for as well. So, well, we're moving on. It's going to be Paradise Parrot Wool Art. So somehow in that first line of your description, you want to say in the same order. Like here you've said illustration of a paradise parrot, but you don't actually have paradise parrot illustration print in that exact order. So it would be something along the lines of, this natural history illustration is a paradise parrot wool art. You know, try and make it sound like English, which isn't too easy, but you want to throw in the first, the entirety of your title, well, the entirety of the tag that you're going for. So it has to say parrot wool art altogether, and then I would have it say paradise parrot, and just make sure that you say the words all together. That boosts your ranking for those tags. Oh, they're extinct. That's probably why not many people search for them. Oh, that's a shame. It was a beautiful bird. That's a shame. But again, it doesn't matter so much. Like we say, people aren't searching for paradise parrot, but they're searching for parrot, and that is a beautiful illustration, and it might stand out and catch people's eye. So let's so basically, you've got all this, well, what did we say, parrot wool art. So let's see what the competition's going to look like that. So actually, I think your parrot will be kind of eye-catching. I think just because it's so subtle and elegant and very different to what other people are seeing. If you see what I mean, like these are lovely parrot pictures, but I think yours will stand out as just being different. So although someone was searching for a parrot and they might be thinking of this, they might see yours and it's just a different feel, so it stands out. Hey Drew, thank you so much for that. Yeah, thumbs up if you thumbs up it. Thank you. Thank you, Drew. Yeah, so where do we got with that? Yeah, so for your SEO to be the best, you want whatever you're aiming for, you want to try and get your title exactly into your description, into the first line of your description, or the main tags that you're aiming for. So let's have a look at how you're doing with tags. I think I'm missing some of this chat. Hold on. All right, yes, Wendy's saying that you'll love Etsy. She spends her life there. Um, and you gave me all your thumbs. No, you need some thumbs to felt. Right. So having a look at your tags, we have Paradise Parrot as a full tag. What you really want, tags changed a number of years ago, so quite a lot of people do these single word tags, but we really don't want single word tags. Thank you, Drew, for the massive thumbs. What you want is to think of tag phrases, tag terms. So you want to think of what people will be searching for. So what we said with the, and thank you, Magdalena, what we said with the Paradise Parrot wall art, so you could keep the Paradise Parrot as a tag, and then parrot wall art could be a tag. So you can see that's from this line of 4 words, you can have Paradise Parrot, parrot wall art. Parrot art can also be a tag. It won't be as well optimized for because there's the word wall in between parrot and art, but that could also be a tag. And then I would work on thinking of, you can look on Etsy Rank for some of the tags that are really, really low competition, that are still relevant. So yes, we could go to parrot illustration, Paradise Parrot illustration. Also some things that you might want to rank for the future with some of your other listings as well. So bird illustration, Australian bird art, but it's think of terms and what you want to do. So you'll, in here we're aiming for, like I said, parrot wall art is the term you're aiming for, but you think of what some of your other listings that you're going to want to rank for them. I mean, you might want, Susan, awesome. You might want others to rank for like a bird print or something, so that could be a tag in this one and it's going to be in your title for another one, so they all work together. So Etsy looks and goes, okay, you've got like 6 items with tags that say bird art and this one with a title that says bird art, so it's boosted up. Etsy goes, oh, this is a shop that's all about bird art, therefore we'll give her a boost in the rankings. Yeah, tags are totally specific. It's what you were doing is good tags for how it used to be done, but things have changed, and yeah, you want tag terms. It's just to think of with your tags, with all of your SEO, what you want to think is for a listing, what do you think a customer would be searching for that if they came across your listing, they would love it and buy it? Now, if there was a lot of people searching for Paradise Parrot, that's fine, but there's not so much. So we have to think, what are people possibly looking for? Well, you know, it's wall art of beautiful, colourful parrots. It's an illustration, you know, just have a think about of what they're going to be looking for, and these are your tag terms. So just, I want to ask you guys in the chat, if you were looking for some kind of a wall art that looked a bit like this, can you think of, you know, some kind of print? Can anyone think of different things that you would search for that you would be happy if this came up? Let's just give some tag ideas while I have some juice. And if you guys haven't already looked, British Cook Drew in the chat, I just wanted to, I think most of you know him, but if you haven't, you really want to get over to his channel. He's obviously a British cook, and he's doing a series on Wimbledon and the royal wedding, so some very British picnic type items are coming up, which, I mean, I know we covered the fact that I wasn't big on the royal wedding, but there's some cool things just done. He's just done Coronation Chicken, which is a really nice kind of sandwich filler. I just inspired by him, I just made myself a quick Coronation Chicken because I had leftover chicken in the fridge from making pizza the other night. Meg, yeah, you can totally draw and create. You can specifically search out terms that you think are going to be great and create items for that. That's a great thing because you can sketch anything. You know, your birds are absolutely beautiful. So you could go on to Etsy rank. You can search. I mean, let's just search on Etsy itself if I can get my mouse to work. Let's have a think. Bird wall art. And let's see what's popular here. Oh, there's prints of a lot of different ones together. That's not a bad idea, or something that you could do is, as you said, these are conservation pieces, so you could put together in a little group like this and explain the conservation status and things. Blue tit. I mean, obviously you can do seasonal as well, like a robin. Everyone's got to love a robin. I think in different countries, a robin redbreast's different in different countries, but let's have a look. Like, blue tits are always popular. Blue tits. Sorry, I keep saying that. I'm going to get demonetized just for saying that word, am I? What am I looking for? Keyword tool. That's the only problem with Etsy rank. I totally love it, but it's a little bit slow sometimes. Blue tits. Let's see what that comes up with. Twiddle my thumbs while it fetches the data, but you can see what a powerful tool if you're not using Etsy rank. Okay, so blue tit art is not a very good term either. Wait for this, I didn't look down. Yeah, so blue tit print, blue tit art, bird art print, blue tit painting. There's lots of, yeah, so just blue tit itself is slightly better on its medium competition, medium engagement. So that would actually be quite a good one for you to aim for. Hello, gorgeous. We have Danielle in the house. Again, Danielle, are you going live later tonight? I think we've got Nico after me and then possibly Danielle. So for everyone who's totally addicted to live streams, it's a busy evening because we just finished with Drew earlier. Susan, if you look on Pam Duthie's Felting Friends on Facebook, the first link is a pinned link for the Facebook posts, and if you look, I've linked in that post because I couldn't find a way to pin more than one post. I've linked to the shop review post. Too many words. Link to the shop review post. So if you click on that and just drop in your link at the bottom there, and I just work through yous all. Cool. So Danielle's going live later tonight. Awesome. So everyone wants to check her out as well. Danielle is absolutely lovely. She's just lovely. Sunday is the live stream day. It's great. I think it's cool. It's like, I know Sunday's the beginning of the week, but it feels for me it's like a nice chill way to end the week. I get to talk with you guys, do a bit of interacting, chatting to everybody, and then get to watch everyone else as well. Like smashed. Thank you so much, Cricket. Yeah, so we've got blue tit. So blue tit's a possible thing that would be cool to make a drawing of, blue tit, but also let's have a look. Blue tit print. It's showing up there. Let's see how popular that is. Danielle loves spending the weekend editing, writing, shooting, and jumping in other streams. Yep, I've had a great one. I've shot some I've had some great ideas for different ways of doing videos, so I've been shooting some different b-roll and things. We'll see how that turns out. So blue tipped print is absolutely rubbish. Blue tipped painting. Morning Fame is live in 15 minutes. Yep, I know he's just coming on soon, so I don't want to rush through this hopefully, but I usually am not on for much more than an hour. Blue tip painting. So blue tipped itself is about the best thing there, but also can't even spell breast. Wonderful. And Magdalena, I told you Danielle was awesome. Oh, I had to so laugh at your surgery videos last week, Danielle. That was revolting, but fantastic. Drew's just about to edit tonight's upload. That's cool. I've got a ton of I have another channel, but it's not for you lot. I have another channel for my dog training clients, and I just film them every week and then put up their runs in little playlists of themselves. So I do no SEO and I don't try and do great with that, but I still you know, that's a little secret extra channel I have, which is a bit of fun, so I've got to get all theirs up. Robin decoration. I'm doing that lovely bit of dead air. I've got to remember and actually keep talking. Yeah, Susan, I'll accept you as soon as I'm finished on here. I can't. There's only one of me. Sorry, I will accept you as soon as I'm done on here, and then you'll see how to do it. Yeah, so Robin decoration is pretty good, and actually, obviously, that this search term is something that's going to be more popular as it comes up to Christmas, so it would be a good one. I mean, it's horrible to be thinking of Christmas just as summer's starting, but it would be a great one to start working on just now. Launch it towards the end of the summer, try and get ranking for it, and then you could be like right up there in the front page. So yeah, I totally think that you could get on Etsy Rank, think up some ideas. You know, you can go through this keyword, you know, this cloud, that's the word I'm looking for, keyword cloud, and look for ideas of different terms that you can come up with. Check on actually Etsy itself and see like kingfisher, raven, see what things are popular, and then you can do drawings of those birds. Because yeah, those of you that came late to the stream, I'm going to drop her link again. This is Megan's shop on Etsy that we've been looking at. I think her work is absolutely gorgeous, and we just have to, and there we go, there's a mug up already. Well done. Yeah, Megan, I know this year has just gone so fast. I say that every year, and I feel like I'm getting older and older. Ben just having a noisy scratch. I feel like I'm getting older and older. So, but yeah, the year's gone in crazy fast. But yeah, awesome. You've got a mug in there as well, and that's it. I think your stuff is going to work beautifully on mugs. But what I'd advise, what we've been doing on my mum's shop, my mum's new shop, if you hadn't seen that already, is we release things, don't release more than 1 or 2 items a day, but we put them out in batches that are similar. So if you're going to do the stag mug, which is fantastic, but you know, look and see what terms are going to be good for that. And then what you're going to want to do is, I assume, Drew, shush. I assume you have the illustration that you can do as a print. So you would have like 2 or 3 different stag items, so you're focusing on that kind of keyword thing. They're not all the same. It's going to be stag art, stag illustration, Monica the Glen, and each listing that you put up will have a slightly different term that you're aiming for, but the tags will all be kind of similar. so they'll all supporting each other. So over the course of a week, maybe you drop in a whole load of similar things. So say if you have a different angle of a stag or something. Yeah, that's weird if you put that up a few hours ago. I was just going, yeah, you should stick these on mugs, and you're sitting there going, I have. So that's really weird, but that's really cool. So think of when you're making things, think of creating a range. So if you could sit down over a couple of days, draw out 4 or 5 different robins, and then you would have 4 or 5 different prints, you'd have 4 or 5 different mugs, 4 or 5 different what did I call the fridge magnets, and then you release a chunk of robin redbreast, and then you release a chunk of what I suppose with Halloween coming up, things like ravens might be popular, um, and amazingly difficult when people get a good painting of a raven. When you get all the different colour in the black, it's awesome. I might have a slight leaning towards the gothic, so but yeah, think of what could be popular. Like, I mean, we're past it now, but Valentine's Day, you could be doing lovebirds, which would also make cards as well. Fine art cards are quite popular things, and I'm sure these companies produce them for you. Or hey, you could even work with like a card shop, like my mum. Like, contact my mum, and she makes cards, and you could maybe I don't know, there's a way that people could work together. Um, as just a random idea, seeing as she steals my photographs of my walks outside, she might steal some of your sketches. But no, I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's companies that'll make cards for you as well. But yeah, Wendy, yeah, the idea of the blurb on the back is just, I think if it's a conservation thing, I think that's lovely. Um, but yeah, it's nice to know about the animal, because I've been scrolling through these birds and going, oh wow, that's cool. I've never heard about that. I want to know more about that. I mean, a purple swamp pen. Never heard of one of them in my life. But that's all. I love the colours and stuff you've got in there. But yeah, um, we've gone over how to SEO. I don't want to labour the point. I hope I'm sure you've got the idea of what to do there for that. But yeah, I think the work's beautiful. But yeah, tell us about the bird. Oh, Megan, spooky creatures. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Well, I've already favorited your shop, but let us know. Let us know in the Facebook group. We totally want to see these spooky creatures. Yeah, so Halloween's coming up first, so that's the challenge. Get some spooky things drawn up. I can't imagine, you've got such a lovely gentle style. I can't imagine spooky. I'm kind of looking forward to it. And then get onto the Christmas, and that's the thing with online sales. It's the same, I'm sure, with us with YouTube as well. You're thinking of what season's coming up, what trends can we jump on, like we just said, Drew at British Cooks just doing the royal wedding and stuff. So yeah, absolutely. See what's coming up, jump on the trend. And with Etsy, because your listing's up for 4 months, we're thinking that far in advance. You want to get in before everyone else, have your listing ranking, so when people start searching, you're already up there at the top. But anyway, I hope that helped out. I don't want to run into Nico's time. For those who don't know, Nico is Morning Fame. It's a YouTube tool, kind of similar to the Etsy rank. It helps us with all of that. But he's going live in like 5 minutes, and I don't want to spoil that and overlap. I didn't want to rush through Meg's stuff either, because her work's beautiful, and everyone needs to get over and see her shop. Give her love. Have a look at some of her work. Give them a heart. I'm trying to look. I can't even remember where the hearts are now. But yeah, give everything a bit of love. Have a look at everything. Where's the hearts gone on the individual items? No, it used to be down there somewhere. Yeah. So if all of you can get over and have a look at Meg's work, because she's relatively new to Etsy and hasn't had any sales yet. which I think she totally deserves some because it's really great. But I hope that helped. And if anyone has any questions, I'm giving myself 4 minutes. This is weird, actually, finishing the street, not having to ramble on for ages. Yeah, Nico is wonderful, and yeah, there's no way I want to be competing with him. We're all small YouTubers, and I don't want to be like 4 o'clock. That's my time, but after that, like Nico's already planned for 5 o'clock. We don't want to be running into each other's time. There's plenty of time for us all to go round, and you can listen to me gab next week as well. It's all cool. Um, Rodney, hey there. Rodney jumps in just as I'm about to leave, but you can catch this on the replay. But good to see you, Rodney. And if anyone hasn't, you'll want to check out Rodney's channel as well. Good for tech stuff, which is really helpful for YouTube. But also, if you're taking pictures and things for your Etsy shop, which we all should be, then he can help with that. Mum, I know you won't steal her up, but I was just saying it's something people could get into a collaboration on Etsy with, where you can make things for each other. Cricket, yeah. I can't wait till you start live streaming. I'd love to meet you properly. It'll be hard to get a slot. That's true. We've all made Sundays quite busy. I don't think Nico's usually on a Saturday, so I think between me and Danielle there's usually a wee slot. But yeah, Megan, you didn't have to worry. I know my mum won't steal things. We've learnt about copyright. Wendy, I got through all this because you didn't interrupt. That's hilarious. I don't mind you guys interrupting. It's cool to interact, but I hope as well that was a bit of help for everybody, like about how I go about thinking of these things. Yeah, but guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's actually been a glass. See, you know when I need to finish the stream when I can't speak. Thank you for joining me. All get over and give Megan a bit of love because her shop is wonderful and deserves a bit of love. And thank you so much for letting me look at your shop. I know it's a big deal getting yourself put out there. I don't want to rip people apart, and there was nothing to rip apart. It's mainly the thing is that your work is beautiful, but it's not birds that people are searching for. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all your Halloweeny and Christmassy and all sorts of different birds. Yeah, cricket, thank you. Yeah, enjoy your night too. I'll no doubt see you on Nico's channel in like 2 minutes. Susan, you're welcome. Wendy, thank you so much for joining me. Right, I will get out of here. Thank you so much, guys.